Hello fellow photographer, how's it going? Have you ever wondered if your photography skills are actually improving? And here's a little secret for you. You might be getting better without even realizing it. So in this video, we'll explore 10 telltale signs that you are actually improving. Whether you're a beginner or seasoned shooters, these indicators will help you recognize your progress so you can be a more confident shooter when you're out playing with your camera. So becoming aware of these signs we'll explore in this video. You might speed up your own progress and process by, for example, avoiding sign number 7. But I think sign number 10 might be the most important one. So let's get started. Sign number 1. You focus more on ideas and concepts rather than gear. This is a very important one, and I think this is more like a beginner mistake. You think you need so much more gear than you actually do. Now, I like to try new tech and gear, but it shouldn't be the driving factor for you to create art with your camera. Your cameras and lenses, they are just tools to get the job done or to get your concept and idea out in the real world. Sign number 2. You know your camera and your camera's settings, and you know how to use the settings to your creative advantage. This gives you an edge at a potential spot because you know how to create cool effects utilizing the camera settings and environment for maximum creative output. So get to know and become best friends with your cameras and all the buttons and the different settings and know what they do. Number 3, you bring way less camera gear with you. Now, this comes with experience, and in the past I used to lug along a lot of gear. A big backpack full of 2 camera bodies, a lot of lenses, even a drone. And when I was in Tokyo, that was my reality. I was walking around all day, every day with this huge backpack that eventually led to me being very tired and missing out on a few nights of street photography because I was just too tired. Those were the first 3 signs, the gear signs of you getting better or improving as a photographer. And as you can see, the attention to gear decreases over time as you do this more and more when you develop your own concepts and you have better ideas about photography. Any good photographer will make use of almost any newish camera these days, so pay less attention to gear and more attention to ideas. Now let's get over to point number 4. When you look through your old images you thought were really good, and you realize now that you have progressed, they're not really that good. That's a very clear sign or indicator that you are getting better. But instead of deleting these images, you need to keep these as reference, because it's very important for you to measure your own progress when you look at your old images you thought were really good. That's the beauty of photography or any visual art. When you look at your old work, you can realize or see how far you've really come. I have this system of sorting my images where I pick the best ones and then I 3 to 5 star them. So my previous images that I thought were, okay, this is definitely a 4-star. Now I think maybe it's a 3-star or maybe not even that. It's just a reference to my future self as a reminder of how far I've come. Number 5. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. You find more interesting things each time you go out. And I have this mantra that says, ABC, always bring camera, and street photography is my everyday adventure when I'm not traveling. As you get experience, you know different visual patterns you can use to your creative advantage. And the more you go out, the more of these visual patterns you will find for sure. For example, reflections, shadows and highlights. You can look for natural frames and colors, signs, whatever it is. You can easily spot them the more experience you get with your camera. I'm making a series about visual patterns, and if there's anything you would like me to make a video about that could be interesting when we are talking street photography, you can let me know down in the comments. That would be super cool, and it's a good way for you to influence the channel and the content that I will make in the future as well. And remember to subscribe, like this video. That's an awesome way for you to support what I do here. So let's head over to sign number 5. You're more selective in your sorting process when you have brought all these magnificent photos into your Lightroom or whatever software that you are using. I had big trouble in the past deleting my images because I didn't know, should this be the one I keep or this one? The more experience you get, you will know immediately, okay, this is a good image and I can delete the rest of them. You don't need 200 duplicates of the same-ish image. I guess what I'm trying to say here is that when you see a photo that you're proud of or think, oh wow, that's really cool, you will know immediately. And if it's a maybe, it's definitely maybe not a keeper. Alright, boys and girls, we are now going over to sign number 7 of you getting better as a photographer. Oh yeah, This is my Space Marine, he's called Randolph. You do not over-edit. This is an edit, this is an over-edit. Think of editing as enhancing an already nicely and well-composed image. It should really be just the final bit of an already good image. If you think that you can make a bad image better by editing it, yeah, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, but that's not the case. You can't polish a turd, as they say down under, or wherever they say that. Don't over-edit. A good photo speaks for itself, and your edit may be your style or your signature. Some people have a very edited image or very edited style with colors or contrast or whatever it is. But I think it's a waste of time trying to edit a mediocre photo into perfection. That's just not going to happen. And that leads us to today's sponsor, which is me. Yes, I have recently launched my preset pack. That's 18 presets for street photography. 9 of them are dedicated to night street photography. That's something I'm very proud of these, because I've spent a lot of time on them to create like a base for my editing style. Oh yes, so you can check that out. The link is in the description. Now let's head over to sign number 8. Oh yeah. Now, when you started your own photography journey, chances are you were probably copying or trying to recreate somebody else's work, and that's completely fine. That's how all artists do it these days. But over time you let go of this and you developed your own unique style from that inspiration. Something to keep in mind here, you will know this when you look less and less at other people's work and focus more on your own creative ideas. Both are equally important parts in this process, and in the beginning it's a great idea to look at other people's work for inspiration. That's how all artists over the ages has done it before us. And I felt a little bit guilty for this, because I didn't want to steal other people's work. So I had this silly mindset of, no, I'm not going to look at any other people's work, because I wanted to develop my own style. And if you have this mindset, there is a very good book called Steal Like an Artist that will help you get over it. And I'll link to that one as well down in the description. Now, let's head over to point number 9, fellow photographers. You learn to enjoy the process more and more over time as all these signs compound. You'll spend less time on crappy images or trying to over-edit, and more time on your creative ideas and concepts that you have or are developing. You know what to look for, you know how to utilize and enhance your photography with different visual patterns. You're out more, and that brings you more joy in your craft, and that's a very good place to be. Which brings us nicely over to sign number 10. You compare yourself less and less to others. You know you are quite good at what you do, and you really enjoy the process. And I think that's the peak of any process or craft, and what we should aim for. Especially if we do this on a recreational or hobby level. You have to enjoy your hobby, right? Now, if you like this video, you might want to check out this one after. That's how I do it when I'm out in the field working on my everyday adventures. ABC, always bring camera and go out and create some awesome memories for yourself if you are traveling. Or just go out with your camera. Yeah, it's a great idea. And remember to subscribe to my channel, like this video, that would be awesome. It helps the channel, it helps me make more and better content for you. And until next time, I shall say bye bye.